Good morning, everybody. It's about 9 o'clock. It's Friday the 5th, I believe. Getting ready to leave. I'm going to turn you around so you can kind of see the place as I'm leaving. I'm going to Macon, Georgia, so I don't have to go. I don't want to go through Atlanta. So I'm going to get off in Macon, Georgia, and then go from there. I'm trying to get as much heat behind me because I'm going to probably drive 5 to 6 hours today. I may end up boondocking somewhere. I don't know. We'll see what happens, but I know I'm headed north. So here we go. Okay, let me put this big boy in. Now, I've checked everything. I always feel like I'm leaving something. I didn't do something enough for what. So, go out this way so we don't hit nothing. There we go. I got my seatbelt on. Oh, I got my brake on. Got my emergency brake on. Hang on, everybody. There. Because I forgot to do the emergency brake. I was like, what the hell? Not now. Here we go. Oh, this sun is terrible. Terrible. Alrighty. I'll drive around it so you can kind of see. I hope you're getting a good view of it. See, I mean, why couldn't I have been put out to one of these spots over here? You know? Or even back in here. I mean, what the hell's the deal with that? I don't know. I think it's a control freak thing, to be honest. And they may have a section for bigger rigs or what. Maybe that has something to do. I don't really know. But this was just a place to rest my head and get myself together. Yeah. Where the owners live, and they have cabins way back in there, but I'm not going back in there. And it's, you can't really, you can bring your RV in there to check in. I'm glad. Today is the 6th of October. I was beat yesterday. So all you saw of me yesterday was when I left the other campground. I drove for 5-6 hours. And I was going the long way around because I wasn't going through Atlanta. So I made it as far as Greensboro, Georgia. And I found... Let me tell you, it was hard to find. State parks, forget it. And the National Forest, you know, it's first come, first serve. And I just kind of had a feeling, if I go there, they were all going to be taken. Hang on one second. Okay, sorry. I had to put, my arm was tired. It's about 10 to 8, so it is early. So I knew that the National Forest is more likely we're going to be full. It is the weekend. Columbus Day. I know in Florida they don't celebrate it that much, but I know up north they do, because I'm from New York originally. And I remember going to Columbus Day festivals and stuff. But Florida, they don't even act like it exists. But Anyway, I drove and drove and drove, and there's a couple times I said, you know, I should stay there, you know. I said, no, let me get a little further. Well, when I was about done, I'm like, this campground's in my location, blah, blah, blah. I found, it was like Lake St. Clair. I don't know if my GPS, I'm not using my GPS right now because when I went to, it was dead. I charged it before I left, so I don't know what's going on with that. And I didn't have time to be worrying about that. So I used my phone, and I had it plugged in, and it's saying that it's slow charging. I don't know why it's doing that. Maybe because it was hot. I don't know. So it wasn't taking me anywhere. So I knew, and I was on 16 East going to this place, and I'm like, I really want to go northwest, if anything. So I saw a sign for Greensboro, and by looking at the map, I know it was over the way I was wanting to go. And I put in campgrounds, and the first one that came up was KOA. And I am not a KOA fan. I always think that every KOA campground that I've been to, I don't understand half of their reasoning with how they do stuff. I'm going to show you. You're going to see where I'm at. Now, when I got here yesterday, I went in and I said, I just want to stay a night. And she goes, you don't have a reservation? And I don't know what it is with reservations. And if you are walking, I guess they find the shittiest spot for you. I don't really know. I'm new to all this, so I don't know how this all works. But she says, oh, well, we do. We have one, spot 56. So the guy, you have to follow the guy out because everything's locked up. The gate, you have to have a code to get in, or code to get in. And because I was going to go find the spot myself because he told me to wait, and it's like it's taking forever. And I was tired. And when I get tired, I have no patience. And when I went up the gate, you know, and if I thought, I was like I said, I was tired. She gave me the gate code, but I'm glad I did wait for him because. And then he was new. It was only his first day, and I guess he takes you to your spot. So he's looking on the map. You know, he says, "Oh, I think this is it." No, that was not it. Then we found it. I'm going to show you what I mean. Now, you have to back into these spaces in order to use all of the amenities, okay? There was no way was I backing into this place. It's up on a hill. It's not a bad hill. But when you're backing in this way, there's a big chunk, I'm going to show you this, of concrete, like lifted up out of the thing, you know? Don't you fix your crap. I mean, what do you think's going to park here, you know? I don't know. But, so I said, no, there's no way am I backing into that. I cannot. You know, he said, maybe you come back, drive around this way and come in this way. I said, no, I'm tired. And I asked him if he could do it. Well, we're not allowed to. I was tired. I said, I'm just pulling in. I said, I can see when me pulling out in the morning, because the big rock thing is on this side, on the driver's side. So when I pull out, I can go right on the road and go up. You know, I'm not going to be trying to back over that coming in, because I would be coming in this way, but I'm going out this way. You see, I'll show you. Once I show you out there, you'll know what I mean. And I don't know. And even he said, that's what he told me. It's my first day, and he says, I know. He says the place is a mess. When I was following him in here, there's people that live here permanently. I don't know if I'll be able to show it to you because I'm not going to go back around. When I get out of here, I'm headed out of here. I don't know if it's right over here or around the other corner. What a dump. Now, I don't care how people live. I really don't. But I'm thinking, if you're on your own piece of property and you wanted to live that way, that's fine. But what are the people that own and work this place? I mean, I keep thinking about my husband because I know if my husband owned this place, those people would be gone. He wouldn't be putting up with that. So it just makes me wonder. And I mean, it wasn't just a little bit of drunk. There was stuff there that you can see was been sitting there for a long time. Broken down chair, outside chair, some broken down tables, some potted plants that were dead and cracked. There was a car in the driveway, so I'm assuming somebody does live there. But I don't know. It just amazes me. And they charge you $40. $40. But I was so grateful. I was so grateful to have a place to stay for the night because I was tired. So then I proceeded to try to find a place to go for Saturday, Sunday, and Monday. I'm kind of new at this, and I know the last time I went out, and for the life of me, I can't remember what month it was. It must have been the beginning of the year, because I don't think I went out before the holidays or anything. I don't know. I have to go back in my tapes and look. And I remember I had never had a problem getting a spot anywhere. So I checked all the state parks full for the 3 days that I wanted. You can see the rest of the week's fine, but the 3 days I wanted. And the only reason why I'm looking for electricity, because it's still warm, and I'm not sleeping in a warm place. It's just not happening. I am going to go out where there's no electricity or anything when the weather gets cooler. So I'm kind of working towards that way. I cannot do the heat, and I refuse to do the heat. So, everything was booked, everything was full, so I tried campgrounds. I asked this, I thought I had this one place. She goes, oh, and is this for November? I said, no, October. She goes, oh, no, we're full, you know. So I'm like, oh, what am I going to do? What am I going to do? I said, angels, please, 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 please help me. So I thought, I can't go to bed until I know I have a place to stay, go somewhere, or I'm going to be not sleeping. Because I'm going to have to get in the morning and have to deal with it. And, you know, so I just didn't want to do that. So I looked, and I can't even begin to tell you how I found it. But I found this cute little place. I don't even know what it looks like. I was watching somebody go by. Sorry. I am still a little tired, but not bad. I'm, you know, waking up to drive and everything, but my mind is still, I feel like I've been through the war, you know, or played a big football game or something. I don't know. Anyway, I called, and he's like, oh, yeah. He says, well, when do you want it for? And I said, for Saturday, Sunday, Monday. He goes, hang on a minute, let me look. He says, we're reshuffling things here or something, he said. I said, okay. So then he gets back on the phone, and he says, oh, yeah, he says, yeah. He says, I don't understand why we're not filled up, he said, because usually this time of the year, people come to watch the leaves. I haven't even seen any leaf changes yet. I'm not even there yet. So I'm hoping when I get there, it's like the beginning of it. I'm almost out of Georgia. Georgia's a long state. So, I was like, oh. He says, yeah, he says, but they did raise their prices. Have you ever been here before? I said, no. He said, well, they did raise their prices. And I don't care, it was $100 a night. I had nowhere else to go, and I wasn't going to drive around blankly. And I couldn't I can't empty my gray water tank, which is a third full. And I probably could fill up on water, but I'm not that empty on water. But I can't, because of the way I'm parked. I can't dump my gray tank. I'd have to back it in to dump it. So, you know, and I thought, I'm really not prepared, you know, because I figured then I thought I'd go to the National Forest. So I was looking at the Chattahoochee National Forest, and they were in their first come, first serve, this, that, and the other thing, and I'm thinking, I'm going to do all this driving, go out there, and there ain't going to be no spots, because they're all there for the weekend. And I'm really not prepared. You know, a lot of my stuff isn't charged up yet, because I knew I wasn't going to be doing anything without electric shore power until I got to cooler weather. But I will be preparing at the next place. But he says, yeah. He says, we got it. $40 a night. I said, I'll take it. And he said, I think you'll like it here. I can't remember the name of it. I had all my stuff put away because I'm getting ready to back this sucker out of here. I'm going to show you outside, too. And I'll probably download this first before I take off. I don't know. And, yeah, so that it was. I finally went to bed about 7:30 last night, and I slept wonderful. I didn't wake up till 5:30 this morning. I slept right through the night. CPAP machine, everything right through the night. And I don't even think I moved. I was tired. I was really tired. And when I get tired, or hungry, I'm a bear. I swear to God, I'm a bear. Because I had no patience. And I was getting aggravated with this. And I knew it wasn't the poor guy's fault because he's new. And he's like, you know, I'm just doing what I'm told. I have no control over how the spots are. You know, and I don't know. It's just... They do have a lake. I'm looking at the lake right over here. And he says, oh, well, they're pulling this way. You got lake view. Well, the sun was getting ready to go down. I wasn't going outside because it was friggin' hot. Oh. I didn't tell you this part. So I pulled in, and I didn't even think about the electricity part. And I thought, oh, fuck no. Ooh, excuse me. I am not, this ain't happening. So, the electric, I'm pulled in this way. My electric is over here. My electric to plug into is over here. So I took out the thing and threw it under the RV, got my picker-uppers, pulled it, and it was just enough to plug it in. I did have to move forward just a little bit, and it was enough to plug it in. I was like, I can live without the rest, but give me that air. And I came in and turned on that air condition. Whew. And I just, and then I took a little rinse-off shower because I was sweating hot. And, yeah. That's why I need to empty my gray tank. It's only like a third full from the shower. But I figured if I'm going out and about, I need to have everything emptied and ready. With that being said, I am tired. I am going to take a nap today. I hope it's only 2.5 hours from where I'm at. When I leave here, I'm going to Walmart's because I need to get a bag of ice for my Yeti, for my drinks. I need to get a shower curtain because that shower door thing, it doesn't stay, even when you pull it out, it's not like sitting not sitting, probably because the thing isn't perfectly even. I mean, I am pretty level, you know, might be just a hair off, which I don't get crazy about, and then maybe that hair off just does that to that. I don't know. So I snapped it all back, and I'm going to buy a shower curtain to put there. I might have to cut it in half or something, but I'm going to put a shower curtain there. And it's got like a bar like this that holds up the other shower thing. So I can't find racks to go over that. I'm just going to use zip ties. And maybe I'll buy some colorful ones or something. But that's how that's going to go. And because it was also getting the floor wet by the toilet there. And my compost toilet is working beautifully. Beautifully. I mean, it amazes me how it works, you know. it just there's no odor, there's no yeah, it amazes me. It really, I'm like, sometimes when you first open it, you have to wipe the inside down with vinegar, and I only had a little bit in my bottle, but I didn't fill it up, and so I used that, and I can smell, because of the urine going in there, you can kind of smell the urine sometimes when you open, but as far as the other stuff, no, you don't smell it. So I'm digging that. Thank God I don't have to deal with black tank because, God, what if you're full and you have to use the bathroom? You know, I mean, that petrifies me to no end. So, everybody's driving by. I'm going to take you outside to show you what I'm talking about. You're going to be amazed. There's the lake. Here's my rig. Let me show you here. I wish I could just go down this hill right here. It would be cool. But you can see, here I am. And I was just looking at something. It's not too bad out this morning, no humidity. I think I'm getting closer to cooler air. But you can see right here is what I'm talking about. I mean, there was no way I could back into that yesterday. But I'm going to go right over this here. And go right through here and back up and go right up that way. You can see I'm kind of headed down. It's a little off center, but that's all right. See, I had to run the thing under the camper. And yeah, see, that's the thing I'm talking about. There's no way you could have backed. I probably could. You're probably all looking, what a wisp, but I felt like I was going off a cliff. So this morning, I'm going to see if I'm going to come right here as soon as I get near that tree and start cutting it that way, and then I can get up. I got everything pretty much tied down. So nothing should go. Nothing. Everything's been traveling very well, I must say. Very well. And everywhere I got it. This is not a bad place. But see, people live... No, the other place is down around that corner one I was telling you about. But see, all these people live here. They're permanent. I think they pay like $750 a month. That's outrageous. I think that's expensive, but I don't know. Yeah. Listen to the birds. Oh, we're getting closer to nature, my friends. Oh, and it's beautiful out this morning. The humidity, no humidity. It's only like 70 degrees, 72 degrees right now. Oh, I'm digging this. See, I thrive in this kind of weather. Yeah. So I'm gonna open that blind up there too. And I'm gonna put I have a backup camera too. So, and I want to hit that car over there. So this is gonna be interesting. I'm nervous as hell, I can tell you that. But I keep saying, my angels, please help me through. Alrighty, I'm gonna get my butt moving, and when I get on the road, I will talk to you. Yes, yeah, so I'm gonna get my butt moving. I'm gonna go unplug my electric and switch my stuff all over. My refrigerator LP and put my cord back in so I can get out of here. I just want to get out of this spot. I feel much better once I get out of this spot. So I will talk to you all later. Say I did it. Oh my God, I did it. I did it. I didn't hit nobody or nothing. I did it. I'm so proud of myself. Whew. Okay, on to better things. Let's go to Walmart and go to our happy camp spot. It's going on 7:30. I have made it to the campsite that I had reserved yesterday. It took me a while to get here because I was going, GPS, and then you don't have service. And it's kind of funny how it kind of went down because I kept driving by this place because the GPS kept taking me here. It's like, it's not here, this is the house. So I did that about 3 or 4 times. So there was a property management selling place across the street from here. So I stopped there. I was going to ask them, but they had a note on the door saying they were out showing property. So I called the guy and I told him where I was at. He says, well, you're right across the street from me. I'm like, no, there's a house. Well, yeah, don't you see the RVs? Well, from where I was standing, no, you couldn't. And, when I'm driving, I'm not looking, you can't look like you normally do. But that's where the GPS kept telling me to go. But when I pulled up to it, I'm like, and then as I'm talking to him on the phone, I'm looking over there, because he's saying, you see the red the red gate is open. He says, drive through there, and I'll meet you down where the chain is, and I'll unlock the chain so you can come in. And you'll see all the other RVs. Now, this place has full hookups. So I'm like, okay, and I see the open sign flashing up on the porch. I don't know. I don't know what's going on. I don't know. Very nice gentleman. Very nice Georgia Southern gentleman. He hooked me up. Told me all kinds of stories about his life. You know how they do. And I mean, I like to listen, but at that point I was just like, oh, I just want to go hide in the hole. I'm tired. But I did. I listened to him, and he hooked me up and stuff, and it was very interesting. But I was like, oh my God. Now, I ended up, for some oddball reason, and I don't know why, I was going to the wrong place. What had happened was, when I called yesterday and made the reservation, I asked for the physical address. I told the GPS the physical address, but it had like the same words in it, but it would have old on it or something like that. And I know the streets up here, and I looked at a map. I saw what else was around it, and everything was fitting in. So I ended up going to, and I remember going when I was like, I didn't know it was in the National Forest. This is a National Forest. There's a National Forest sign. And it was for the place I thought was the name of it, which I was punching the GPS to take me to which it isn't even the right name of the place. Should be left on my own sometimes, maybe. I don't know. But I drove down some roads that make you hit. I didn't even tape it because I was having problems with my phone to begin with. I don't have my cameras up and running yet because it doesn't seem like I have stops since I left. But that's okay. I'm figuring it out. I got to get to the woods. I'm driving. I'm going. But anyway, the place I go, it looked like I saw the name of the place, but it said it was the Chattanooga National Forest, and there was people camping there, but it was weird. So it didn't look like that's where I was supposed to enter in. I thought it was down a little further. Well, it wasn't, and this road keeps going. And I'm like, where the hell am I gonna? There's no turning. There's no doing a 99,000 point turn on this road because you're gonna go over the cliff. So I just kept driving, and finally I came to where, I don't know what it was, but it had something to do with the National Forest. I think it's where hikers, you have to put in your name to hike. I don't know. There's a bunch of guys sitting in this wooden house that all talking, and I asked him, and he goes, well, that's down the road. And I'm like, that's not, anyway. But anyway, so I go back down there, and I turn into there. And the guy that's camping on the side of here stopped me. This other older man stopped me. And he goes, there's no spots left. And I said, it didn't look like it. I said, I don't know. I called the guy, and he goes, Ed? And I don't know what his name was. It wasn't the guy. It wasn't. And so he helps me back out of there. So I backed out of there, and I took off. And I'm up and down, putting the GPS, trying to get service. About 2-3 hours of this. And when you going anywhere from 20 to 45 miles an hour, it takes you an hour to go 12 miles, So finally I did figure it out. Well, something dawned on me as I'm saying, maybe I've got the wrong place. And then that's when I called to ask him where he was. First time I called, because I called him back twice. Maybe it might have even been 3 times. First time I called, I said, what is the name of your place? And now he has a very thick Southern accent. And he's also speech impaired. So here you have 2 things. And he's spelling it. And I remember seeing that. And it was like, it means black bear in Indian. It's Skeenah something, I don't know. And so I'm like, oh, okay. So then I said, okay, I'll be there in a minute. And then I said, campgrounds in my area. And then I saw the name, and I pushed. You're gonna laugh. I pushed direction. It said 1 minute. It was right across the street. That's when I called him, and I'm like, yeah, but it's telling me I'm at this place, and it's telling me you're right across the street, and I don't see it. He goes, yeah, I'm here. He's got this thick accent. So we did manage to get through it and communicate enough to get me here. It was so funny. I was like, oh my God. And I drove by this place, I know, at least 4 times. 4 times, because the GPS, and then it says you're here. When you turn here, you have reached your destination. I'm going, it's not, and I have to drive down. That's another thing. First time I drove down this road here that goes right past this house. Narrow road. I'm like, where am I going to turn? I found this driveway that looked wide enough. It was actually like a roadway, because you go up the road a little bit. There's a house here. You go up the road right here, and there was like a gate. But the house was for sale, but had a big, huge yard. So I went in there, made a U-turn, came out, and went back out. This is what I'm doing in this big old sucker. I'm like, oh my God, Tiffany, you can't be doing this stuff. This isn't good. But everything seems to be fine. Now, yes, when I came back into this after the trip today, stuff that never fell before everything off the counter was off the floor. It was, yeah. So I will be packing a little bit different. Because now that I'm in the mountains, you just don't know what the heck you're going to run into. But that was funny. I kind of chuckled to myself. I'm like, this is, like, oh yeah, sure, why not? But I'm going to be here for 3 days. I am safe and sound. I have a palace to live in, and I have water, hot water. I took a great hot shower. That's why I haven't washed my hair yet. I'm going to wash my hair separate, just stick it over and do it so I can use more water on me. And that was nice. That was very nice. The shower curtain worked perfect. And I had to hang it up with zip ties. Yeah, but I can show you all that tomorrow. I am tired. It's, like I said, about 7:30, and I just wanted to end this so I can put it up to tell you all because, oh, Lord. Oh, Lord. It's funny. And two, also another thing, you know, I'm glad I'm here. I don't care if it was on the side of the road, if they let me stay there, because the weekends are hard still. Places fill up on the weekends. Even when I was out there in my caravan, or my camper van, I know that I would try to be somewhere for the weekend because the weekends did fill up. People would start coming in on Thursdays, or mainly Friday, but so you want to get somewhere and you want to make sure you got Friday, Saturday, and Sunday in there if you're going to, because they do fill up for the weekend. So that was another thing too. You want to make sure that you, because I guess weekends have a tendency, and this is also they're having something around here for kids, some kind of hunting, some kind of hunting thing for kids. Or something, I don't know, some kind of hunting thing, and there's a big old, because I came right through it, and even when I talked to the guy yesterday, I made the reservations, he was telling me about the festival. There's the Georgia Festival or something. I went about 15 miles the way I came, because I went through it, because there was cars parked everywhere, but you can see it down like in the little fairground, which looked like fun, but right, and that thing down there. So there's a lot of stuff going on in this area this weekend. So I am very blessed that I have found this place. There is some other people around. Tomorrow's video, I will be showing you around, and I'm going to go walk a little bit. Yeah, so, you know, I'm tired. I think I should go. I should end this vlog for the night, which I think I'm going to. See, my little bee lights are on. Aren't they cute? Yeah, so everything here in the refrigerator stayed. It amazes me because, man, I was... Oh, Lord. I should install a video camera in there that ran 24 hours because, oh, my God. I like to see my expressions on my face sometimes, too, because I'm just like, you know... But I think I'm learning to handle this thing pretty darn well. I'm not bragging, knock on wood. In no way am I perfect, and know it all. Never will. But I think so far so good. Because I was worried about these mountain roads. I was worried about them. I think I was picturing more narrow, and I know that I have been on roads that were more worse than the ones I've been on, and I don't want to find those. In my van was a little different. I don't want to go down these roads and that. I don't know what to do. I couldn't, we're not doing that. I have to somehow, I'm getting ready to go up, I want to go up into Tennessee, and the national forest, you know, when the weather gets cooler. I can go to all the national forests. You can pretty much stay there for hardly nothing, if not free. And there's no amenities. You know, you have to have all your own stuff, and that's fine. I have no problem with that. But the weather has to be cooler, because I cannot live without cool air. I don't do well in the heat. I don't want to try to do well in the heat. I did for 38 years and never got it right yet, and I'm done with it. Done. So I refuse. I refuse. So yeah, so that's going to be that, and we will go out tomorrow. I'm going to sleep in tomorrow and just relax. I don't have to get up and go anywhere, rush out. Like I told you, I had forgotten eggs. I finally bought eggs today, and I eat eggs almost every morning, and I've been missing my eggs. I'm having me a nice bacon and egg breakfast tomorrow. Nice cup of hot tea and then some coffee, and yeah, sounds good. So I will see you all in the morning, and take care. Bye.